Hey folks, today I'm going to unbox and review a VZR Model One headset. This is supposedly a really good headset. I'm going to open it up, take a look at its features, hold it in my hands, show you what it looks like. Then we're going to plug this into a round of Dead by Daylight as the Spirit, which if you play the game, you know that she is completely sound dependent because she cannot visually see the enemy. She can only hear them when she's using her power. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Hey guys, Greg here, and if you enjoy this review, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, notification button. It's 3 small clicks to you, but means the world to us. Let's get started. So what can I say about the VZR Model One headset that's designed for the audiophile? Well, before I get into that, let's go over the specs and what it claims to do in the nitty-gritty details of the headset itself. The VZR Model One headsets come with 40mm dynamic drivers. The inline microphone that's attachable and detachable has a frequency response of 100 Hz to 10,000 kHz, and the sensitivity is -42 decibels. The boom microphone is omnidirectional, noise cancelling, and has a TRS plug. Now the ear pad types are memory foam, and the cable as well as the boom mic are detachable. The cable length is a little over 3 feet, and the headset just slightly weighs under a pound. Now with that said, how did these things fare over the few weeks of me using them? Well, first of all, they are quite comfortable, despite them being around a pound, or a little less than a pound. I didn't feel discomfort while wearing them for long periods of time, and they sounded pretty good. Now the one thing that may be a turnoff to some people is that while the headphones themselves aren't noise canceling headphones, they do a really good job at suppressing noise from the outside completely. Now for me, I like to hear what's going on around me in my office and my house in case my cats are getting into trouble or my wife needs me or whatever. So I don't like to be completely closed off. And these did a really good job at doing that, so I really can't hear anything around me. So if that's your bag, that's great. You're gonna really enjoy how much these headphones block out sound. But for me, I like to be able to hear what's going on around me. So that's not necessarily a bad thing for these headsets, just something to note if you're looking at buying them. Now the hands down coolest thing about this headset that I was most impressed about is that in order to get the incredible sound out of it, you only need this. This is a 3.5mm jack. This is pretty standard on any phone, well it used to be standard on phones, pretty standard on any device, especially your PC. Like you can plug this in and get sound. I can't tell you how many high range expensive headsets that have had the optical out port, and that port, for some reason I had the worst luck with it. It never works, or it breaks, or it just doesn't sound good because the optical port is just a pain in the ass, if I'm being frank. So it's really nice to have this cord, or alternatively, you can also plug directly into your sound card with this one 3.5mm plug. And of course, if you want to use the boom mic, which is detachable and reattachable, you have your voice input as well. And did I mention it comes with a really high-class carrying case that fits everything, which is kind of nice. Now the major thing about this headset is they have what's called CrossWave technology. And I'm going to read exactly what it says on the website about that. The unique geometry of the CrossWave passive acoustic lens selectively and strategically reshapes audio waves to emulate the way you would perceive sound in real life without headphones, resulting in improved separation, openness, and accurate 3D spatial reasoning. Well, what's the best way to test this CrossWave technology and kind of put it into practice, so to speak? I'm a huge Dead by Daylight player, and so I figured I'd jump into one of the hardest killers to master, as well as the one the community has deemed the headphone killer, the Spirit. Now, I don't main Spirit. In fact, this is my first few games with her I've ever played. So let's jump into it using these headsets and see if they're as good as the CrossWave technology says it is. Got one. Now I won't be able to start hearing them moan until I start injuring more of them. Got her. I heard her really well with the headphones. Oh, it's sloppy. Yep, saw your blood trail, dude. Sorry. I heard her. Ah, I missed. It's okay, I have the other perk that doesn't let me. I didn't see anyone with a flashlight, so I'm just gonna pick her up recklessly. Someone's doing this, Jen. Ha 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 ha! It's really unfortunate that, like, I dumped 500,000 blood points into Spirit today trying to get some decent perks, and the game just refuses to give me Sloppy Butcher, like the most basic perk. The most basic one, and it just, I'm level 36 with her, and it just refuses to give it to me. It's really frustrating. Let's continue to play with these shit perks. Oh, that was lame. I think I got right on top of her, and it didn't let me count it. Unfortunately, it didn't let me do that. That's lame. Nice. I heard her. I heard the thing. It was pretty obvious, but you know, still. Oh, I don't have Save the Best for Last anymore. Okay. Now, I didn't do too bad in those matches. It was actually really cool because it actually really did help me locate where people were much better than my standard array of headphones. So after I used a few rounds with this headset, I went back and played a few more rounds with older headphones that I normally use. And the difference was pretty substantial. It was a lot harder to hear with the other headphones, especially since they weren't noise canceling, and it was a lot harder to determine where the survivor was based on their footsteps or their grunting. So overall, yes, I would say these headsets gave me a much better chance of eliminating the survivors than my normal headsets I use. Now, would I recommend these? They come at a retail price of $350, which is very, very pricey, especially for headsets. They're comfortable, they don't have a lot of cables, which is fantastic. It's one cable, you know, the audio cable, or one splitter if you want to use the boom mic, which again is detachable. They are rather heavy, even though they weigh less than a pound, but I never got uncomfortable wearing them for long periods of time. In the few hours I did play in Dead by Daylight, did not have any problems with them or sense them, although they do feel heavy. So maybe if you're really sensitive to weight, this may be a little bit too heavy for you, but for me personally, it was pretty comfortable. I know it's difficult to gauge how good a headset is from a video review unless you experience it yourself. So I hope those Dead by Daylight matches that I had kind of convinced you that this can indeed help you in games that are very sound reliant and require headphones to play correctly, such as The Spirit. But it worked the same for movies, worked on my phone, worked on anything else that has a 3.5mm jack that you can plug into. So the mic actually does work for Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch because they have 3.5mm jacks, and it sounds really good. However, the mic, even though it can work as an audio input device while plugged into the controller, the audio on the voice is not that good. This is specifically for consoles only. That's probably due to the fact it's trying to do so much from a 3.5mm jack, and it needs the other input to use it. But I'm amazed that it works at all, especially on the Xbox. Usually that stuff has to be proprietary. So yes, you can plug it into your controller on your Xbox. You will be able to hear audio. You can use it as a mic. However, I don't recommend it because the quality was not that impressive. So anyway, folks, if you enjoyed the review of the VZR Model One headset, or if you have any questions about it, you can ask in the comments below or reach out to me on Twitter. I do my best to read in every comment and answer every tweet if someone has a question. And hey, folks, if you enjoyed the review, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, notification button. It's 3 very small clicks for you, but means the world to us. For more video reviews and everything else gaming related, you're already in the right place here on Shacknews.com.